Oh, here in Santa Clara. Welcome to 49ers Live tonight. Post-game live here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Santa Clara. The Niners lose once again another divisional heartbreaker to the Los Angeles Rams. They lose 12-6. Another game that the Rams have handed San Francisco their fourth loss in 5 games. So we're going to send it over there to Levis Stadium. We're going to be on just a bit till about 9 o'clock local time. This is another missed opportunity for San Francisco. Deebo Samuel dropping a key ball that could have been a potential go-ahead touchdown for San Francisco, and the momentum would have definitely swung. And this is just one of those seasons. Tonight's game has been a microcosm the entire season. San Francisco was held. The Rams held San Francisco to 197 total yards. That was the lowest output for any team. Kyle Shanahan. Outside, of course, the fewest other than that was 164 against the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship 2 years ago. As the 49ers lose again, and they continue they couldn't muster anything tonight, and we're gonna have some open lines. We'll be on to about 9 o'clock or so, and Deebo Samuel missing that catch kind of is up to this point, has typified the entire season for San Francisco. A lot of you watching on Facebook Live or watching on Facebook Live. We're going to get to Kyle Shanahan's presser in just a few moments. Really nothing more else to say right now. It's just this is what it is. The Niners. So the 49ers now are with their chances of making the playoffs and defending their crown as champions of the NFC are very, very slim at this time. And the Niners had a missed golden opportunity to really they left Toomey and Brock Purdy throwing that interception, and that's where the Rams did their thing and run out the ball. Two teams are heading in opposite directions, and and it's funny, with all the injuries, we've seen tonight, both Christian McCaffrey and Trent Williams both sitting in the stands or sitting in the suite. So kind of have typified what has the Niners season has been up to this point. So it's a very tough thing. But this is a tough thing. A tough thing. For Niner fans. We'll have the open lines as well. If you want to come on Talk 49er Football, our hotline number is 628-239-8475. That's 628-239-8475 is the hotline number. There we go. So we're going to send it to Kyle.
He's a guy who said that he needs more opportunities. What do you think when you see that happen? He drops that pass.
That was a big one. Third down, and with Deebo's skill set, I would have been shocked if he didn't score on the play. So, everyone knows the answer to that. Deebo too. He needs to catch that ball, And then we were just off on that post down the field of Ricky right there, 2 plays before the interception that could have been a big one too.
With Greenlaw, Kyle, it did look like he came out with leg issues. Is there a concern that he tore the Achilles again, or
No. He, I mean, he was unbelievable tonight. And I think we took him off. I'm not exactly sure, but I think we took him out the first 2 series to start the third quarter. I believe he went in 2 plays and just couldn't get it going again, and felt a little tightness and stuff. So we had to be safe with him.
What happened with Devondre Campbell? He didn't play, and he went into the locker room at some point.
Yeah, said he didn't want to play today.
Play today?
Yep.
The coaching staff?
He did when I asked him why he didn't want to go in. So.
During the game or before?
No, that was in the third quarter.
What happened on the interception? What did you see on that play?
I saw them bailing. The guy squatted a little bit, and then when Juwan went on his exit angle, they bumped him a little bit, slowed him down, and could never catch back up with him, and the bailing corner got it.
I think the weather affected the passing game and Brock in particular.
I mean, I think it affected both quarterbacks a little bit, but I mean it wasn't just because of the weather.
Do you think he played?
I mean, I don't think our offense did very good. Obviously, I think Brock made some good plays, missed a couple plays, but no one on offense did good enough.
Has that ever happened to you where players said they didn't want to play in a game?
No.
He got demoted for this game, right? He was not going to play.
No, he was gonna go in when Dre came out.
What was the difference in the defense in the second? You guys, defense is pretty much dominant in the first half. Second half, Rams do anything differently? Did you guys get tired at all, or what do you think changed in the second half?
No, I thought they converted a couple big plays, especially again that chunk play to Puka on the post. You get a couple chunk plays, and that usually leads to field goals. I thought they ran the ball, they ran the ball pretty good, but I still thought, defense keeping them out of the end zone and everything, and holding them 0 for 3 there in the red zone, still gave us every opportunity to win. But we need to score a couple touchdowns when we had the opportunity, and we didn't.
If you could see what was that long pass, was Treverius expecting help, or?
Yeah, it was a zone dog, so we do have a middle third player, but they ran something where that moved him to the left, and Puka ran a good route and made a hell of a play.
Kyle, on Sunday you said that everyone said that you needed to pretty much win out, and that every game was a playoff game. What did you just say to the team now?
I mean, I don't. I mean, they say mathematically we still have a chance. Not too concerned with that right now. I'm pretty disappointed with how we played tonight, especially offensively. I thought our guys were ready to play. I thought the guys played hard. We just didn't play good enough on offense. We're going to get away for 3 days and come back. And I mean, I know mathematically I still believe we have a chance, but I want to come back and play better football and challenge the character of our team.
Will you release Devondre Campbell?
I don't. We'll figure out something, but I don't know that right now.
Did he give you any reason why you didn't want to play today?
No.
Campbell, I mean, to hear players say, I don't want to play today, does that create dissension, especially knowing that at this point in the season, with the type of season that this has started out to be, you kind of need as much camaraderie as possible to be successful? Does that create dissension amongst the team, or did it not really affect anyone? No one really noticed?
People notice, but when someone says that, you move on. You don't deal with that anymore.
First play was to Debo. It was targeted 7 times. Was there intent to get the ball to Debo? I know there always is, but even more in this game?
No, same as usual. I mean, I could have gone to 3 different people. Depends on the coverages and stuff. And they walled the inside slant. It goes to the outside slant. And thought Kelly made a good play on it.
They played a fair amount of press man, it seemed like. Why do you think that's been a challenge, for the offense to beat this season?
I mean, I don't think they did a ton. They mixed it up. They were mixing up zone and man, which is what they do every week. So I don't think we got more of it than what they usually do. So sometimes we did it, but not enough.
With Devondre opting to not go into the game, what do you need to do to ensure that you don't lose the rest of the locker room?
I haven't lost anybody. That's somebody who doesn't want to play football. It's pretty simple. I mean, I think our team and myself, we know how we feel about that. So I don't think we need to talk about him anymore.
The interception Brock threw. What was your evaluation of the decision in there? Obviously, the outcome was what it was, but what was his read through on that?
Sorry, we said it again?
Interception Brock threw.
Yeah, we were hoping for man coverage. It was single safety, and you can't tell whether it's off man or bump. So the guy stuttered. Juwan ran a stutter go, and the guy buckled his feet a little bit. And so Brock threw it up and tried to give Juwan a chance. And as Juwan was exiting, he ran into him a little bit, which slowed Juwan down. And then there was only the corner there. So it's an unfortunate play.
Early on, Purdy had a few passes that were, in the first half, you guys were playing well, but he had a few passes that were overthrown, some that were underthrown. Do you think that was more of a weather thing or just Purdy just struggled today?
I think a little bit of both. I think you saw the other quarterback on the other side go through the exact same things in the first half. So I thought Brock made some really good throws in the first half too. So, from a throwing standpoint, I thought, in those circumstances, I thought we were throwing the ball better in the first half than we were running the ball. I know we got that explosive to Kittle. I think we had a third down to Juwan, I believe, and a couple drops in there too. So, I think it was a little bit of everybody.
In the last 5 games, I think Debo had like 120 total yards, just a more stretch of his career. You put your finger on just why he wasn't effective here in this last stretch?
No. He would have improved those stats catching that one ball. But stats are stats, and he had a hell of a kickoff return there at the end, gave us a chance at a Hail Mary, but no, I'm not explaining stats.
With the linebacker core, you were down winners. Obviously, Campbell, no Greenlaw. Flanagan Fowles played a lot. It looked like he cramped up even at some point. It needed a lot out of him today.
Yeah. With Dre going down and one linebacker quitting, and then losing D with his neck, put more on Flan, and I thought he stepped up and played well. And always when I see the tape, I'll know for sure. But I thought everyone on defense played very well today. It's a really good offense with some good players, and they kept them out of the end zone all day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seemed to come out for at least one play. Was that his ankle acting up on him?
I don't remember. Yeah, they didn't tell me on it because I think he went back in the next play. So I'm not sure what he got dinged or something there on that play, but he was in the next play, so he was fine.
That's good.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, that's Kyle Shanahan summing up tonight. Niners falling to the Rams by a score of 12-6. Guys are tuning in on Niners Radio 49 or on Facebook. All of our local city ballers join the simulcast. If you want to talk 49ers football tonight, our hotline number is 628-239-8475. We'll be here till about around 9:30 because I have to wrap it up and head on back to the city. So this was a game that the Niners really had. The offense was just sputtered tonight. And, Deebo Samuel had a chance dropping that routine catch, dropped the can of corn. That would have been the touchdown would have switched the momentum. But this is another game. It's been a microcosm of the 49ers season. And now we're going to sit Brock Purdy. He's now at the podium.
And when I let the ball go, couldn't see the whole release of him at the top of his route, but looking back on it, man, 2nd and 11, just be smart, try to check the ball down when I can't see where he's at, so just got to learn from it.
How hard is that one to swallow, Brock, just given the situation and the stakes at that moment?
Yeah, it's everything, man, like our season and our guys, trying to fight to get in this thing and fighting for each other, playing for each other, man, so that's what comes with playing quarterback and being in this position. You're trusted with the ball in your hands and to make the right decisions in the right moment, and that's something, man, that I'm going to have to learn from for sure moving forward.
Sunday, everyone said you had to win out and that every game was a playoff game. What are you feeling right now?
Obviously this one hurts, and I'm just trying to comprehend it really still. So don't really know what the whole picture looks like, but we have a lot of guys in the locker room, man, that are going to continue to fight, including myself, for this organization and for our fan base and for each other more than anything to finish out the season in the right way and focus on one game at a time and see where we're at the end of it. So.
Did you know that Devondre said during the game he didn't want to play? Kyle told us that, and how disappointing is that if you didn't know or if you do know that that happened?
Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to focus on the offense and where we're at. I didn't know until after the game, to be honest, that Devondre, was not playing. And, yeah, I don't really know what to say to that. So.
Coach said the offense left a lot out there. Just when you think about the game you had today, tonight, how would you kind of evaluate how you played, and what would you say factored in? Would you say it was the weather? Would you say it was more so a dominant defense? How would you kind of explain it?
I think we had ops for sure across the board. The weather was the weather in the first half, but even with that, I still think there was some ops for us to convert on third down and move the chains. And then in the second half as well, there was drives out there where we could have stayed on the field. And for myself, I had to be better for this team and didn't play my best tonight. So got to watch the film and see what happened and where my mindset was at with each play. But I just feel like I had a lot of plays left out there that I could have made for our team. I thought the defense and special teams played so good. And that's what's hurting me is I just feel like I failed the team. That I could have been better for our offense and we could have put up more points. But Rams are a good team overall. But more than anything, for the way that we play on offense and our standard, I could have been better for sure.
You're trying to make a concerted effort.
It was your voice, one of the three, that really sparked something in the team ahead of the Bears matchup. This could be demoralizing, obviously, the way it worked out, the way Devontae did what he did. How do you guys mathematically still have a chance? How do you get back on track?
I mean, it's just coming back in the next day and going to work and doing what we've done and trusting in this whole process, not just being so result oriented and it's all about the process of your work, believing in each other, fighting for each other every day at practice and in meetings and this is not the easiest job in the world, and that's why there's only so many people that can do it. And I know that we have the right guys in this building to handle this kind of situation in the right way. So, I think it's really just that.
Debo got some touches early. Were you guys making a concerted effort to get him going early, or is that just the way it came down?
I think that's just how it went down. We thought the Rams were going to be able to give us some looks for Debo to, make some slash plays and stuff. But more than anything, Debo was just playing his position and the ball just went his way in certain plays. And so, obviously we wish we would have connected on a couple more and wish I would have been a little bit more accurate on some of those throws. But more than anything, I was just going through the reads and progressions and trying to give or take what the defense gave me. So.
Expresses frustration with this season. How much a part do you feel like responsible or sharing with this, wanting to see Debo have a bigger season than he's had?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I think I go through my reads and progressions of how Kyle coaches us, and for sure there's some plays and missed throws that I could be better at. But like I said before, man, I love Debo, and I go into every game wanting the best for all of my teammates on the field. So, sitting back here after what Debo said, I feel his frustration, man. I know he's a playmaker, and if I were him, I'd for sure want to be getting more touches and making plays and stuff, and I get that. But, for me, I'm just trying to do my job well for this team, and at the same time, I love him, and I want the best for him. So, thanks, guys.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to comment on it much. I'll probably just keep it in house. That's all I'll say about it.
But on Sunday, you were one of the many people who said that you had to win out, that every game was a playoff game. How do you respond to what just happened?
Yeah, it sucks, because that was true. We did have to win out, and we didn't do enough to win today. I don't know what that looks like going forward with the playoff hopes and everything, but regardless, you have everything to play for every time you go out there on Sundays, Thursdays, doesn't matter. You got to go out there and fight every single time you go out there.
Like to have Dre back in there with you.
It meant everything. we shared a moment before we went out and through the tunnel. Everything that he's gone through in his journey with rehab, and thinking about that moment in the Super Bowl and being able to finally go out there and be with him again, it meant everything. And he looked like Dre Greenlaw from the moment we started.
That was the moment you guys shared ahead of the game, during the game, when you guys were making plays, you guys were off his helmets and just hyping each other up, and it seemed like it was just a lot of momentum on the defensive side of the ball. Him going out later, and because of the soreness and the fatigue, did that take some of that momentum off of the field, just his presence not being out there, not being able to rally the guys?
I think for the most part, obviously we want him out there the entire game, but he was on a pitch count and everything. I'm proud of the way the guys fought. I think we had opportunities to take the ball away, help our team to win the game. We just didn't capitalize on those. I think if we come away with those, then we obviously give our team a better chance to win the game.
Fred, are you surprised the level to play at for not having played in 10 months?
Not at all. I wish I could say that I was surprised, but this dude has always been a freak of nature in that aspect of just. Even when he tore his Achilles, you usually get that atrophy in the calf, and his calves always look the same, all the way through till now. So he's just one of those type of guys.
I want to talk about specifically, but when something like this happens, do the leaders have to rally, or do you just know the locker room is fine still?
In terms of losing the game?
Devondre not wanting to play.
Like I said, I'll keep that in-house.
Run defense was so good until about the last couple of drives. What changed?
I think, especially in that last drive where we needed to get off the field and give our offense the ball back right away, it just seemed like we were undisciplined with, honestly, not even the run game. It was more like the boots and the play actions that they started to drive out with. And then, obviously when you're now thinking about that, then the run game stuff kind of opens up a little more. So I wish we could have been a little bit more disciplined in that aspect.
Fred, I guess just, I don't know, like big picture, like maybe it's too soon, but like what happened this season? This shouldn't be a 6-8 team, I'm sure you think.
Yeah, I'll probably talk about it more when the season ends, but I think it was a story of the year of just not doing enough to win games, not playing complimentary, not just coming up a little too short, so.
You guys have, so many good things have happened for you against them. Does it seem odd that they're the team now that has you in this state based on the 2 games you played?
Yeah, it's just 2 games, honestly. I know they had that one at the end of the year last year, but that's how the division goes. Teams adapt, and it was a hard fought battle all the way through. They scored 44 points last week against a really good Bills team, and we held them to 12 points today. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not putting that solely on the offense at all. Like I said, we had opportunities to take the ball away. Their team took the ball away one time. We didn't. There's things to be proud of. There's things to look at and be like, man, if only we did X, Y, Z. So, they got the best of us today.
Started in training camp with the injuries, and I know injuries are a part of the game. You guys have agreed with that throughout the season, but did it seem like there was a domino that fell that really kind of was demoralizing, that you guys kind of weren't able to kind of rally and coming to stack games? Because you've had flashes throughout the season, but that ability to kind of consecutively stack games, it's not been there. Has it been like something just missing?
No, it's hard to say, and like I said, I'm not really in a state to kind of look over the entirety of the season and just kind of being in the moment. We didn't do enough to win tonight's game. That's all it comes down to.
Was the game okay? Physically?
Yeah. I know I had that scare in the beginning. Just kind of got my foot caught in the ground and just came out for one play, but that was it. All right, guys, thanks.
Both of you were able to get back tonight, and you guys looked solid in the first half, but then the second half things kind of took a turn, and then you find out that one of your teammates, I've never heard of this before, but decided that he didn't want to play. What does that do to a defense when you have that type of personality on that side?
I didn't know until now, but until I know more about the situation, I'm not going to talk about it.
seem symptomatic of anything bigger, though. Would you agree with that?
I don't think so. No, I think it's a. I don't know. I played, so I made it through. I was happy to be back. I thought we were playing pretty good ball on defense, and it's always a good day when you get to walk off the field. So.
Looks like you're playing the third quarter. You were slow to get up and walked up very slowly. Stupid question, but I assume you weren't feeling good. I mean, that was.
Yeah, the adrenaline of each play, you're able to go, and then kind of when you're walking off is when you feel it.
I guess what the kind of spark did Dre give you guys in that first half and how he looked?
Oh, it was great to see him. I love having. He's probably my favorite teammate to ever play with. College and pros, he's absolute dog, and he was showing it. To come after a year of not playing and look like that is pretty impressive.
Guys, mathematically, Coach Kyle Kanahan did mention this, and it is the truth. You guys still do have a chance to make it into the playoffs. Does it feel like that in the locker room?
I mean, we're gonna find out who wants to be here next few weeks. Obviously, it's slim, and that's not really the focus is to win games and to put our best out there.
As far as I assume you're obviously not 100%. Do you intend to, finish out the season?
Of course, yeah.
They started talking about shutting down guys. Would you be bothered by that?
I don't know. I think if you're healthy, you should play, and I think momentum created in the next few games could be really big for the offseason.
How do you feel like the defense played, particularly in the second? I mean, obviously very effectively in the first half. In the second half, even though they didn't score a touchdown, they moved the ball better.
Second half, yeah, they're getting in the red zone pretty quick and leaking out on some of those runs. But I think it was a good effort. I think guys were flying around and answered the bell for the most part. But obviously not enough.
It's been a disappointing year, obviously, but do you find out about the character of the team in a tough season like this at the end of the year?
For sure. That's kind of what the message is now, and we're going to find out who wants to be a Niner.
All right. Thanks, Ed.
Thanks.
All right, that's Nick Bosa talking about tonight's game. The Niners fall to the Rams, in case you're just tuning in, 12-6. Niners offense wasn't there tonight. The only points was counted by two of Moody's field goals was the difference. Jake Moody field goals was the difference. And the Niners now fall to 6-8. The Rams with their win tonight now goes to 7-5, and they have handed the Niners their fifth loss in the last 6 games. And here's some other statistics. The 49ers are now 1-4 in the division, 4-6 overall in the conference. They get beat twice. The Rams beat the Niners twice for the first time since 2018, and only just for the second time that an established Los Angeles LA Rams team beat the 49ers twice in the season since 1980. That was Bill Walsh's second year as 49ers head coach. That was, of course, when Steve DeBerg was the quarterback and when Joe Montana was the backup. That year, the Niners ended up going 6-10, and the next year they ended up going on to win the Super Bowl, the first it would be for the 1980s and first of 5 in franchise history. So it just shows you how pro football is. They've just been hit by so many injuries. It's been a rough year being a 49er fan, and they're now on life support. They're going to have to go home and have a mini bye week and rest, and hopefully they can try to salvage something with these last. They'll have 10 days off, and 10 days time from now they'll play the Miami Dolphins on December 22nd. Against the Miami Dolphins down at the Hard Rock Stadium. The Niners will be making their first. It'll be the first time the Niners go back to that stadium, building for the first time since their devastating loss in Super Bowl 54, close to 5 years ago. And so it's just as good. And Brock Purdy was 1 of 10 on passes thrown, 15 plus yards. So this is kind of how the Niners season has been, and I think we're going to be done with the Niners done with we're not going to go back out to back to the podium for any more press conferences for now. We're going to wait and see if Deebo Samuel is going to come on there. I mean, all Rams wins this season have been by at least one score. So you look at how the season has been for two teams now going in opposite directions. The Niners were winning these games last year. This year they've been decimated by injuries. A lot of combination of things we're going to talk about when the season is concluded. Both Deebo Samuel and both, Brandon Ayuk coming in late for track, coming in late for camp, the holdout. He tears his ACL in the Super Bowl rematch against Kansas City. Just injuries. McCaffrey misses half the season with the Achilles. Then he sprained his PCL joint. Looks like he's not going to play again the rest of the season. And then Hargraves gets hurt. Tuafonga comes back. He played very well tonight. And it's just one of those years. Every year, good years, bad years. But the Niners, we all talk about that run toward getting this, and no doubt the 49ers probably were the best team in pro football last year. Only to lose the Super Bowl heartbreaking fashion is every year is different, and this year they're paying the price. It happened in 2020 in the COVID year, and the other time it happened similar back in 1982 in the strike-shortened season, the 82 season. After the Niners won their first Super Bowl, had their hangover. They go 3-6 in that strike-shortened season. Which, by the way, the 49ers went 0-5 at home. Did not win a single game at home at Regency in that strike in the shortened strike season of '82. In fact, it was the regular season finale against the Rams at Candlestick Park. The Rams had a rough year. I think they were 0-8 going into that final game. And the Rams were not going to the playoffs. The Niners needed to win to get into the playoffs. With a chance to salvage, try to defend their ground. But then Ray Wilson had a chance for a potential game-winning field goal. But Ivory slowly blocked the potential for the Rams, blocked that field goal. The Niners lose that game. They end up losing the game, and the Niners go 3-6. So if George Kill's on the mic right now, back over at Santa Clara, and we're going to send to you right now.
Football field, and so people are going through random things off the field. I can't speak on that. Whatever his decision was, it wasn't for this organization, it wasn't for this team, and that's on him. So not very happy about it. I would have something to say. I wish I would have heard about it on the field, but I didn't. Now, is that the reason we lost? Absolutely not. But you don't really it's hard to win football games when someone doesn't want to play football, especially when you're suited up. It kind of puts you down, especially when you lose two linebackers and could address another one. But
Ask Kyle. I mean, at this point in the season, with the season going the way it's gone, you need as much camaraderie as you can get on a team to rally at this point in the season with so much on the line. Does that create dissension or disbelief or just disconnection on the sideline?
Not disbelief or disconnection like as a team. That is one person who just decided not to, play for his teammates. And I don't think that doesn't make our offense look at each other and be like, wow, man, we're falling apart. It's more of a, or like the defense, hey, we're falling apart. It's more of a one person making like Mooney said, a selfish decision. And I'm with Mooney on that. And I've never been around anybody that's ever done that. And I hope I'm never around anybody that does that again.
Juxtapose that against what Dre did tonight. What was that like to watch?
All I asked for my tight end room today was to play with 1/5 of the energy that Dre Greenlaw brings on every single snap. And I thought our tight room did a good job about that. I thought, we brought energy. We tried our best. Dre Greenlaw is one of my favorite football players to ever watch. The energy that he plays with, the violence that he plays with on every single snap. And you can just tell the energy that he brings to the entire defense and the entire team is infectious. It's unique. It's one of a kind. And he is an absolute unicorn of a football player. And it was just so fun to see him have the opportunity to play again tonight.
Why is it so hard for the offense to find a rhythm and produce tonight?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know any of the statistics. I know that we were averaging like 3 yards a play at halftime. I don't know what it was after that. They came out in some funky looks once in a while, but I thought as like skill positions, whether it was tight end, quarterback, running back, fullback, wide receiver, like I just thought we could have stepped up our game and played better, and we didn't. Our defense gave us an unlimited amount of opportunities to go out there and make it score points, put us in decent field position. And we ultimately ended up losing the field position battle, put our defense in bad positions, and they did a good job of wearing us down. Especially when you lose multiple players on defense, it's hard to continually play at the level they were playing at the entire game. So nothing. I mean, I have to watch the tape. I got to see it. So, but I mean, I ultimately we had opportunities to make plays and we didn't.
Obviously expressed his frustration earlier during the week. He has that ball over the middle. Could have been. Everybody saw it. Could have been a touchdown. Do you sense that maybe he's putting pressure on himself? What do you think's happening there?
I mean, I don't really see Dio drop passes like that. I think he's one of the best in the world when it comes to being open across the middle of the field and taking the ball to the house. Debo's he's just so excited to make a play because, you guys saw his tweet or whatever it was, like of frustration, whatever that is. And I think it's not an anxiety. It's just, he's just so giddy and ready to play football. And I've never seen him drop a pass like that before. So like I said, it didn't need to come down to that. And I know, whatever Debo said to you guys, I bet you he's hurting. But Debo's he's still a very talented player, and I need him to continue to play at a high level for the rest of the season.
It's like they threw a decent amount of press man, at least much more than the Bears did last week. I mean, why has press man specifically been a challenge for this offense this season?
It's a good question. I don't really feel troubled by it. I like press man. I like being physical. I like it when guys are in my face. Teams do a really good job of that. When you play the press man with the lurk stuff, it takes away, they do a good job about taking away your first read. And you rely on your, third and fourth guys to, win these one-on-ones. And when you have a good pass rush too, it's hard to get to the third and fourth guy. And so I think a lot of teams have been doing a really good job. Our offense just continually throughout the season, and I've said 100 times, is we have to play better. We have to take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of us, and we did not really do that tonight.
George, when you Brock was kind of kicking himself for being aggressive on the interception rather than checking it down, but I think part of the reason he's been successful, he's been aggressive in his career. So, I mean, how do you balance that, and how do you look at Brock when he's kind of taking a bullet after this one, saying he failed the team?
It's a team sport. It is. And I know the quarterback position is highlighted because you're responsible for the football in every situation. I can say that I can say that, it shouldn't have come down to that. We could have made plays in other positions. We could have ran the ball better. We could have done a lot of things better to not be in that position. But, Brock he's a selfless person. He does not have an ego. He is a fantastic leader. He's a fantastic playmaker. We win games because of him. I don't want him to wear that, on his shoulders. But, when you're the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, there's always a spotlight on you. There's always a highlight on you. I've said that any quarterback that has ever played for the Niners, just an automatic spotlight on you. And I love him for, doing that and taking the blame, but it's not on him. It's not. But I do love and respect him for doing that.
You're one of the leaders.
You've been cut off a lot, Eric.
No, it's all right.
Okay, it's your turn now.
You said you would have liked to know in the moment about what Devondre did.
Sure.
Rather than find out after the game. Why is that?
Because I'm a leader on the team, and if that is something that is being a distraction on the sideline, I would love to voice my own opinion in the moment. And now we're past that moment, so it doesn't matter what I wish I could have said or wish I could have done. But I don't like distractions on the sideline. I think that's ignorant, and I think it's just dumb. It's just stupid, and it's very immature. And I don't see how that's I just don't see how you can do something like that to to your team.
George, you are one of the leaders on the team, and this isn't familiar territory. You guys haven't gotten used to losing. What do you want to see from this team as far as effort, energy, whatever, down the stretch, if indeed you guys are not going to the playoffs?
You know what? I'm just going to quote my safety, Huff. He broke the team down after the game, and he said that his mindset and his attitude will be 100% effort on every single day, every practice, every single rep, and he will fight until the wheels fall off, because he has been fighting his ass off to get back on the football field this year, and he has only gotten so many reps, and he's played really, really good football for us. And he said that he's just going to bring it, and he expects everybody around him to also bring in fiery energy, to bring the passion, no matter what circumstances are, no matter what percentage, no matter what odds have to happen for us to continue playing later this year. But we just have to focus on this one game, take these 3 days, get away, and show up on Monday with great intent and great effort.
George, you after.
They're here first, and I'll come to you. Oh, you're way over there.
George, you aforementioned what Dre Greenlaw means to the team and what you told the tight end room. What does Dre Greenlaw mean to you, and how does he inspire you?
His, my wife is calling me, sorry. His desire to play football in the most violent way possible, there are not very many people that do that. I don't think there's another person on the roster in the NFL that plays the game that he does. He is an old soul. He's a guy who could play in the 90s, the 2000s, and I absolutely love everything about that he does in every snap, the energy that he brings. He could be on the other side of the damn field, and they could have a screen away from him, and he's going to somehow end up in the film, somehow on top of the pile, screaming and hyping up everybody around him. And when you have people like that on your team, it gets everybody going. And he is that player for us. He makes Fred play better. He makes Huff play better. He makes Bosa play better. And when you feel that out there, our defense is so much better with a guy like Dre Greenlaw. And he inspires our offense. When you see him make those plays, he's an incredible one-of-one person. Jennifer.
George, you were talking to Debo at the end of the game in the locker room. What kind of words of encouragement were you offering him?
My words of encouragement to Debo. Do I want to share that with you guys? I don't know. Basically just said, there's things that you just have to take on the chin. Like, talk to the media, take ownership of whatever you had said before, how you played tonight, take ownership of it, leave it in the past and move on, because there's better days ahead for Debo. There's plays to be made for Debo. And he has more opportunities ahead of him to make plays for this team. And I believe in Debo. And, I've had games where I've had drops. I've had games where, I did not play my best game, and people picked me up and allowed me to play at a high level again. And I love Debo. And he, while it was not his night tonight, when he did get the ball in his hands, I thought he fought his ass off to, try to, make plays for us in there. I know he'll be eating himself over that, one drop, and but he has plenty of plays ahead. Thank you, guys.
All right, that's Nick Bosa. One of the players. That's something's going to be addressed. And I can't hear what he actually said, but we'll get into more about it tomorrow when we. But we're going to have another Niner on the. Dre Greenlaw's at the podium right now. We're watching Queen Airs live post game here at the Hyatt Regency on Niners Radio 49.
He knows how much I want to be out there. He knows how much it meant to me. I know how bad he wanted me out there too. So anytime we can suit up and go out there and play, that's what we want. That's what we love.
What happened in the third quarter there where you came out? I think you hit Clara on the other sideline and you came off and the leg tightened up.
This knee kind of felt a little weird. So I just wanted to protect myself a little bit. Yeah, just knee kind of didn't feel right. So everything kind of get a little tight. Just got to make sure I use precaution on it.
Achilles?
Yeah, Achilles is good. Yeah.
Many words, each player that has come up here to speak has basically said that your presence, your personality, your play is infectious. It's often said that in order to make it to the pro level, you have to have some obnoxious amount of confidence in who you are as an athlete. With 23% of a chance to make it to the playoffs, if the better time to be obnoxious is now, do you think that is the ability right now in their locker room to be that type of confidence to win out for the rest of the season and seize the moment that you guys have in that 23% to win this season?
I feel like I got confidence in every guy in the room or in that locker room that they gonna come out and they gonna give it their all. I feel like, I don't know what it takes for us to go and, whatever percent chance we have, I'm not even looking into none of that. I'm just trying to win the next game. And enjoy being out there with my teammates. I'm trying to win every game. So if we win every game, I know if we win every game, then we have a chance or something like that. But honestly, I'm enjoying playing football with these guys, and yeah.
Dre, the passion and fervor in which you play, where does that come from? And the last time that you were on the football field, you got injured in the Super Bowl. What have you missed about the game?
I think the passion just comes from just not ever being good enough. You know what I mean? So, just always just not just quite good enough for somebody or for something or whatever it may be. But, it just comes from just passion and drive and just wanting to be the best and want to get better and see how good I can be. You know what I mean? I don't play for nobody else, but just to see how good I can be because, I just been through a lot of stuff in life, and I've been given this opportunity to play football. Started in like 8th grade, and it's been with me along this whole journey. So that's where that passion just comes from. It's been there for me this whole time. But so yeah, what was your other part of your question?
What have you missed about the game?
I miss just letting my anger and frustration out. I just like going to hit people sometimes. And it lets a lot of frustration out. Just makes me feel better. I don't know. I miss everything about it. The fans, going out there in Levi's, just playing next to Fred, just, that feeling of playing next to him, everything about it.
A couple months ago where I think he was in a practice and you were just throwing the ball around with Fred and you jumped up and caught one. Fred had to tell you to calm down. How hard was it for you to limit yourself in the ramp up and sort of trust that?
No, for sure. It definitely was hard because there were some times when I feel like I can go. I'm just, all right, let's go. Let's kick it off. And that's kind of like how I've always been, just, all right, let's just get to it. So, whatever happens, happen. But, I think, just at this particular time and in my career, can't afford to get hurt too much more. I don't want to be in this position again next year where I got to watch the whole team do it. So I try my best just to try to be as smart as I can on it. take it, one day at a time, and just thankful to have everybody in my corner, good teammates to kind of just have my back along the process.
Feel like the defense played, obviously only didn't allow a touchdown, only allowed 12 points, but in the second half, the Rams moved the ball better and decided the game ultimately. How do you look back at the defense?
I feel like the defense played okay. I feel like we played all right. I feel like it was a little bit too much in the run game sometimes, but I think that's just with just being confident and like really attacking and being 100% sure about our job. But I feel like we've played enough, good enough to win. We just got to get takeaways. I think, just not getting the takeaways and, changing the game in that form, I think that's just kind of what we're missing right now. We had the opportunity. We just got to make the ones they throw to us. And, it'll come. We got to keep working at it.
You said you like to take out your frustration. 305 days between games. How much frustration is built in those 305 days?
If I was healthy, I'd play another game tomorrow.
The second, were you walking with any sort of limp? Like, does the body feel good right now?
Yeah, I'm sore. I played a lot of plays. I'm sore. So it's expected. Everything I feel is expected. Knee sore, just, same side as the surgery. So everything is probably a little tighter. Just got to go, get 10 days, luckily, into the next game. So just, get the range of motion in it, get the strength back in it, get the confidence back in it, and it'll be good.
So getting back.
Appreciate it.
Going into the game when he was asked to play.
I don't know. He didn't want to play, so I guess if you don't want to play, you ain't got to play, So you ain't want to play.
So that was Trey Greenwald summing it up. For the 49ers, they fall to the Rams. They get swept by the Rams for the first time since 2018. Only the second time that the Rams, it's only just the second time the Niners lose twice to the Rams in the season in the last 2 years. They got beat twice by the Rams in 2004. That was when the Niners went through that nightmarish 2004 season with Dennis Erickson. The Niners ended up going 2-14. And only their 2 wins were apparent when they beat the Arizona Cardinals twice. And only just for the second time, as for the Los Angeles, as the LA Rams team beat the Niners in the season since 1980. The Rams have now won 3 in a row against the Niners. Longest win streak by a Rams team either in LA or in St. Since the Kurt Warner Rams show on turf. The Rams with Kurt Warner and Torrey Holt, Isaac Lewis, and Marshall Falk one of the highest scoring offenses in pro football, did that, won 6 straight against San Francisco from 1999 through 2001, where the Rams won the Super Bowl 25 years ago. And then with Dick Vermeil, they got back there with offensive coordinator, head coach Mike North in 2001. So we're going to just wrap it up now. It is about 1 minute before the quarter hour of 9 o'clock local time. Checking us out on Niners Radio 49 as so we're going to give you the stats. So the Niners now are in last place in the NFC West. We're going to talk more about this tomorrow on 49ers Live. Special edition of 49ers Live. Friday edition, the aftermath. We'll talk about the to talk about this game recap, and we're just looking ahead. So the Niners will. Take a look of just a quick recap of the game. Jake Mooney hit a 53-yard field goal, counted the 1 and 2, Niners 60 points. 5 plays, 39 yards, 2 minutes, 2:47, 3-0. Then Katie hit a 48-yard, leading field goal, 3-3 to score. That was like that at halftime, and then Mooney hit a 47-yard field goal, 6-3 Niners. Then Clara hit 6-6. Then Clara hits another field goal, 9-6, and then hits it 12-6. And just looking at the final numbers, the Rams were 302 total yards on that, from that one. And the Niners had the one turnover. Look at the player stats. Roberti was 14 out of 31, 142. Isaac Duando rushed for 57 yards on 16 carries. George Kittle, 4 catches for 61 yards. Matthew Stafford, 160 yards passing. And then Williams rushed for 108 yards. Cooper DeBoer, 7 catches, 97 yards. Niners defense played very well. The offense just wasn't sharp tonight. So, with the loss, the Niners dropped their record down to 5-7. The Rams have now won 6 of 8 since starting 1-4. The Niners have now lost 4 out of their last 5 games since the start of the second half of the season. Since beating Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Niners have now lost 4 of their last 5. And then the Niners again are 1-4 in conference play. All 4 of the losses have been determined by a total of 13 points with an average of at least 6 points or fewer. And a lot of chances now. So we're going to wrap it up for tonight. I'd like to thank all of you guys watching on Niners Radio 49ers Live tonight here at the postgame live here at the Hilton Hotel here in Santa Clara, just right across the street from Levis Stadium. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Niner fans, just hang in there, and as the Niners are on live support. We'll talk more about this tomorrow. We'll be on location on 49ers Live tonight, tomorrow night. We're going to be over at the Hilton Hotel in San Francisco, special edition. I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and we're going to also have a replay of 49ers tailgate from last Sunday. We'll pull up I'll be working on the Niners tailgate show for this holiday edition coming up over the weekend. Should be up by the weekend, and then we'll have and then the Niners will be off for the weekend. Have a mini bye. They'll be right back on Monday. Then 10 days from now, December 22nd, the Niners will be heading down to South Florida. They try to salvage their season and take on the Miami Dolphins, who are also fighting for their life for a playoff spot in the AFC interconference matchup. The 49ers so far this season, they're right now so far they pick up 2 wins. They're 2-1 versus they're 2-1 versus the AFC East. They're 2-2 overall, and then the Niners will play their final interconference game for the season, and hopefully the Niners can finish with a win versus the go versus the AFC versus the AFC this year. So the next game for the Niners will be a 1:25 kickoff. That'll be the late game, late window for CBS, and that'll be down in South Florida. And we'll hopefully get somebody on next week to preview the Niners and Dolphins. We'll be down at the Fairmont Hotel, the side of the Gingerbread House. We'll be our 49ers Live aftermath tomorrow. And then we'll even have some open lines. I talk about the 49ers season. Will be on tomorrow. And then the Niners will be off for the weekend. And then we'll be right back at it next week. They'll be right back at it on Sunday. Back at it on December 22nd, right before Christmas. So then the weekend, I'll get some little time off. Do a little Christmas shopping, get some stuff done, and we'll hopefully we may even have a 49er, may have a special or something. We'll see. So that's the story how it went tonight. Latest news on the 49ers. Go to 49ers.com. Check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@NinersRadio49. Please hit the subscribe button. Our mission is trying to get 1,000 subscribers. We got another subscriber today. When I was doing my Taking for 49ers tailgate show at Niner Faithful from Australia, who he got himself a Jimmy Garoppolo jersey. That's it for now. From the Hilton Hyatt Regency Hotel here in Santa Clara. What's going to the final score? Niners fall to the Rams, 12-6. Niners fall to 5-8, while the Rams go to 7-5. Professor B signing off and solo. Thank you for watching 49ers Postgame Live. With yours truly, Professor B on Niners Radio 49. 49ers Postgame Live on Niners Radio is exclusive on Niners Radio 49 in association with the Satellite Digital Media News Network. Where every team is a fan, every fan is a voice, the network for the champions. Wish all of you a very pleasant good night, everybody. Take care.